Hey everybody, I hope you guys are doing well. I am popping on to do a very quick video. I discovered something really cool that I wanted to share with you. Now, first, just a quick disclaimer. I have 3 kids all playing on tablets in the background. And I could either wait for a perfect moment when it was quiet, so the sound would be better, or I could just start. I am going to share my screen, but I first want to just talk to you guys about what a brand voice guide is and why you need one, and say hello to my assistant behind me. So if you're using ChatGPT, one of the things that is a consistent problem is having to prompt it so much in the beginning to get the right tone and style and all of that. So I have decided to start using it to create a brand voice guide. Then I can copy and paste that into my beginning prompting for whatever I'm going to write. So blog post, sales page, whatever. Using a brand voice guide, then you paste that into the beginning of your prompting session with ChatGPT. And then it is so much easier to then get the initial output to sound more like you and your style, and it saves you a ton of time on editing. So that is kind of the why behind what we're doing. I am going to share my screen. So what I have done, so the easiest way, honestly, to create your brand voice guide is to grab text that you have already written that you think really resonates with your brand and tone and style, and then copy that. So I have done here my membership sales page. And so if you haven't seen this page before, I won't scroll through the whole thing and make you dizzy, but it really, I just spent a ton of time on this and I'm just really proud of it. And I feel like every single word on this page is me and who I am and how I write. So what I did is I copied all of this text, like literally every single thing. Now it gets a little funky with formatting. So what I did is I actually copied it into Notion. You could use Google Docs or whatever. And I copied all of the text here. Okay. So then I'm going to re-highlight it all. And I'm going to show you how we're going to start out with prompting. Okay, so copied that. Now we're going to go over to ChatGPT. I use 4, but I mean, the principles here apply the same. So we're gonna go here and then say, hello, because we're always polite to the robots. I would, oh my gosh, like you to create a brand voice guide for my brand, and then just say what it's called, Creative Copy Shop. But so, okay, actually I skipped a step. Before I go into all of the copy, you should tell it a little bit about you and your brand. So I am a conversion copywriter, and I focus on personality-driven, authentic copy that connects with audiences and converts them into buyers and raving fans. That's kind of like my super fast elevator pitch. Okay. So now I'm going to say, and I just hit Shift Enter to put some spaces in case you haven't figured that out yet. Because if you just hit Enter, it's going to go in. Okay. Now I am going to paste the text from my membership sales page for you to analyze. Sorry. Okay. So please use this copy to then create a comprehensive brand voice guide for my business. Okay. Here is the copy. And so I just did all of this in one giant prompt. And the reason, too, that I do all of this in one is because when you use ChatGPT 4, you can only do 25 messages. Honey, 25 messages in every 3 hours. Oh, please. Now it's going to make me look bad and not compute. Oh, here. Let's see. Please work. Here it goes. Okay, cool. Sorry. I have a 2-year-old who is screaming into a wrapping paper tube. Today's her birthday. So I can't really control the noise around me. If you're just hopping on, apologies. So what I did here, in case you're just joining, is I prompted ChatGPT, gave it a little info about my business, and then I took a page that I've written, a sales page, but you could do this with a blog post. You can do this with a set of social media captions, an email that you wrote that you think really exemplifies your style and or that you're really proud of or is very authentically you. And then you copy it in, you tell it you want a comprehensive brand voice guide, and then then it's going to do this. Now, this is actually a lot longer than the one that I had it create before. And I think it's because I said a comprehensive guide. But I always I've noticed every time I've tried this out, it's done this section at the end here, like brand voice do's and don'ts, friendly, informal greetings, personal anecdotes, all this kind of stuff. Use humor. Yeah, I do say no thanks, bro. So I probably wrote that on the sales page, which is why I put that on there. Yeah, so anyway, so then what you can do is copy this and save it into a Google Doc, save it on your Notion and your Trello, wherever you save things. And then when you go to write something, so your next post, your next email, whatever, then you prompt it and say, I want you to write this guide, whatever. Here is a copy of my brand voice guide that we've developed together. Please review it and make sure that you use these principles in writing the copy. Now I'd like you to write blah, 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 whatever you wanted to write. Now I am going to, like I said, this is a little bit longer. Let me see if I have my other one up here. So the first time I did it, no. Oh, so that's another idea really quick. So this isn't too long to copy in though. So you can just totally do this. If it's too long, you can just ask it to make it shorter. But I'm going to say now, thanks, because, obviously, how can I, or no, wait, let's see. Please write a prompt I can give you to use the specific brand voice guide in future projects together. See if that works. Okay. So I have done this before and I've used the prompt that it's about to give us. I found though that I liked copying the whole thing in because it was a little bit more comprehensive and I had to do less prompting again. But this is another good idea. Oh, this is kind of cool. So you never know what you're going to get with ChatGPT. And I've been working with these prompts to try to figure it out a little bit better. So I actually like this a lot better than what it gave me last time. So here's what it would tell me. So I would save this prompt. Hello there. We have a new project for Creative Copy Shop brand. We need a landing page copy for a new course. Okay, so it just made this up. But you would insert in I need a blog post about blah, blah, blah. And then it says the copy should reflect the brand's values of honesty, relatability, empowerment, empathy, and formality, maintain an approachable and friendly tone. Okay, so basically, remember, we're their coffee-loving, business-savvy friend who's here to help them succeed. Oh my gosh, I'm going to use that sentence for something because that's totally me. Your coffee-loving, business-savvy friend here to help you succeed with authentic, non-sleazy copywriting techniques. But anyways, I hope this is helpful. I just found I've been playing around with this a lot and I figured this out and it has saved so much time on the editing process. So if you're not familiar with how I recommend using ChatGPT, I am not a fan of copy, paste, and call it good. I am of the mindset that you can use it as an assistant, as a tool. I've actually started kind of playing around with the mindset of calling it my junior copywriter, where it will give me my first draft, my first outline, something like that. And then I go through and I infuse it with personality and I make sure it aligns with my brand values and all this stuff. But having a voice guide like this helps a lot when you are doing the editing process, because if you just let ChatGPT go off on its own, you give it a keyword and see what happens, you get a lot of stuff that's not usable. So I found that I was deleting giant paragraphs of text and then rewriting them. And I'm well, why am I even using this if I'm just redoing the whole thing?